standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome to Hamilton High School's graduation for the class of 2013. The class that you see before you tonight is a one-of-a-kind family, a family that has grown over the past 4 years. 4 years ago, we walked into the freshman building as awkward newbies. It was a new building full of new people from 2 different middle schools. It was a time of fumbling with jam lockers, trying to find new classrooms in 5 minutes, and being forced to make friends with those kids. And in my case, those kids were from Wilson. After surviving a rough freshman year, we grew a little and became sophomores. Another new building, new classrooms, and now upperclassmen. It was also the first year that the high school was under a lot of construction, which made for an interesting sophomore year. But now we had each other to help guide us through the messy halls, avoid the strange construction men, explore the new gym, and people to sit with at lunch in the auxiliary gym. As juniors, we moved through the hallways like the place was our home, not grouping everybody into either Wilson or Garfield. We'd become one family. And that year, we also suffered losses of faculty members and fellow classmates and took some pretty big hits. But we helped each other up, dusted ourselves off, and said, "Bring it." Then before we knew it, it was senior year. Our year to be the big dogs in the house, our year to be in charge, lead the dog pound, plan homecoming and prom, and battle strong cases of senioritis. It was also the year to make the biggest decision of our lives, what we were going to do next. And all we could think was, where did the time go? And now we're finally here. Tonight is the night, graduation, the one night we've all been looking forward to for the past 4 years. Tonight we stand together and say we did it, we made it, but it was not individually, it was as a class, as a family. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you Hamilton High School's graduating class of 2013. And now our principal, Mr. Leist.
Hello. As principal of Hamilton High School, it gives me pleasure to introduce our administrative staff and distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. In the first row, from left to right, Mrs. Patty Gibbons, Assistant Principal, Hamilton High School. Mrs. Jana Lewis, Assistant Principal, Hamilton High School. Savannah Howard, Senior Class President. Mariah Kraft, Valedictorian. Mrs. Janet Baker, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Nate Lampley Jr., Commencement Speaker. Mr. Chris Mate, Associate Principal, Hamilton High School. Mr. Tom Alf, Interim Assistant Principal, Hamilton High School. Mr. Kent Bryson, Assistant Principal, Career Technical Education, Hamilton High School. In the second row, from left to right, Mrs. Anna Harvey, Board Member. Mr. George Johnson, Board Member. Mrs. Cheryl Burke, Principal, Wilson Middle School. Mr. Brandon Stanfill, Principal, Garfield Middle School. Mr. Mike Delapina, Athletic Director. Mr. Jeff Miller, Principal, Hamilton Freshman School. Mr. Larry Bowling, Board Member. Mr. Scott Kruger, Board Member. And Dr. Glenn Stinsinger, President of the Board of Education. Good evening, and as Savannah said, my name is Doug Leist, and I'm principal at Hamilton High School. I would like to acknowledge all of the Hamilton City School teachers, district administrators, and other district employees that are here with us today. Please stand and be recognized. Graduates, remember, you left their classroom. Notice, they are still here for you. Even though summer break is officially underway, very impressive. I would like to bring the attention to the white roses by the piano. These flowers represent all who are not able to be with us in attendance this evening, but still play a very special place in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in our memories. Seniors, today is such a significant and important occasion. Guests, I'd like to remind you as well, the students have earned the right to hear their name called, and their families have earned the right to be proud of their students' accomplishments as well. Students in the building have made my first year here so refreshing and so rewarding. I've had the privilege to work with half of the graduating class as I was their administrator at Garfield Middle School. We spent 5 years together. I've also had the privilege to meet so many wonderful student leaders that attended Wilson Middle School. As many of you know, my first year at Hamilton High School began on a set of crutches as I unfortunately broke my ankle in August. I was so inspired and encouraged that the seniors would take lead and go out of their way to open doors for me and to hold students at bay as I patrolled in the hallway in my scooter. I can tell you the character education program in this district is a proven commodity. It works and is alive and well. When I think of the 2013 senior class, I think of accomplishments. A National Merit Scholarship Award winner, over $4 million in scholarship money offered to our students. I think of our successful career technical education students who have returned home with numerous awards from Sinclair's Technical Showcase. I think of our NJROTC program and the awards they bring back every time they go to a competition. I think of the number of students who were accepted to college. Their pictures are plastered around the TV sets at Hamilton High School when they're accepted into a university or a college of their choice. When I think back to this year, I think of our state report card and our effective rating, meeting 11 of 12 indicators. In a day and age where we are constantly asked, what are you doing for me lately? It makes me very proud that our seniors can say, we've accomplished a great deal, but the best is yet to come. I can remember my own high school graduation. It was on a football field. It was quite a gamble when you're trying to predict the weather. I truly do not remember the words spoken during the speeches or the names of the people that I sat by. I do remember how proud I was of my accomplishments. More importantly, I remember how proud I made my parents, my grandparents, and my family. I had no idea what the world was really like outside of my own hometown. I didn't know how difficult it was to pay my own bills or make my own appointments or even cook my own dinner. It was an adjustment that would be take a great deal of getting used to. However, I was going to be independent, and many of you feel that same way. Graduates, you are looking to your future, perhaps more so than at any other time in your life, with a great deal of enthusiasm, uncertainty, maybe a bit of anxiety. I remember I was there. The reality is, the future needs you. You have the responsibility to make the world a better place, perhaps more than it was when you were a child. I can attest there are wonderful opportunities available to those of you who boldly go into the future with the right growth mindset and the right work ethic. You determine your future. Graduation does not mean you've stopped learning. You have merely stopped learning academically in a public K-12 setting. You have only met 1 mile marker on a very long destination. Regardless of what your plans are, you will need to continue your education. That may take place in the workforce through company training programs or continuing education credits. You may learn technical skills in the military, or you may go to college or a university. But one thing I am sure of, you will continue to learn. You will learn academic lessons, and you will learn life lessons. Relish and be proud of your accomplishments. Learn from mistakes, preferably other people's, but learn from mistakes. I leave you with this message from a book I recently read called A New Culture of Learning by John Seely Brown. Learning in an age of constant change simply never stops. In the new culture of learning, the bad news is that we rarely reach any final answers. But the good news is that we get to play again. And we may find even more satisfaction in continuing the search. After today, you will be Hamilton High School alumni. That in itself will provide you a prestigious badge of honor that you will wear everywhere that you go. Your tassel will be hung in your cars. Your t-shirts might not fit any better than the way they feel right now today. That's part of life. But your hometown and your high school, they will always be part of you. The memories of your high school experience will stay fresh as long as you and your classmates keep them that way and keep them alive. You will always be welcome to stop by during school hours and attend athletic and fine arts events. Please wear a shirt, no body paint. Years from now, decades from now, when people ask you where you are from, you will tell them, I'm from Hamilton, Ohio. You will say, I graduated from Hamilton High School. And people will know what you mean when you say, I am Big Blue. At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce our district superintendent, Mrs. Janet Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Leist. You know, recently I was in Grader's Ice Cream enjoying a fresh strawberry cone, and I was listening to songs from the decade that I graduated, the 1960s, when a Bob Dylan classic caught my attention. The times they are a-changing. Changing times. I began to think about the horrendous changes that have taken place in our world in just the past few months. Images like crisis, tragedy, devastation, and loss came to mind, but just as quickly were words like aspirations, dreams, perseverance, and compassion. Think with me briefly about these changes. Sandy Hook Elementary, which took the lives of trusting students and selfless staff, put school safety on the national agenda. During the Boston Marathon, the dreams, goals, and even lives were shattered and lost. Then the tragic kidnapping of the 3 young girls in Cleveland created alarm and horror in families across the nation. The devastation of the elementary school certainly saddened us all as we experienced the aftermath of the Oklahoma tornado. But in each of these life-changing events, the strong character of the human spirit surfaced. But you know, forever will be etched in our minds the compassionate young teacher, arms and bodies outstretched to keep her students safe. Bombs exploding at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, causing participants and first responders to put themselves in harm's way just to reach out to help others. You know, natural tragedies and disasters can devastate communities within moments. But then just as quickly, neighbors, friends, families, and students rally to provide not just basic necessities, but more importantly, to offer hope. So in sharing life-changing moments like these, it causes all in the audience tonight to pause as we think about and reflect on our future, but more importantly, on the bright futures of our 2013 graduates. As Steve Jobs once said, your time may be limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. And don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out the truth, your own inner voice. Most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. So my wish for you tonight, the graduating class of 2013, is that you will rise above life's most difficult circumstances. It won't be easy. After graduation, you may struggle to find a job in this tough economy. You may not be accepted to the college of your choice, or you might even lose someone very special to you. but it is how you choose to respond to these changes that will make all the difference. Because you see, the silver lining in the tragic events that I've described tonight center on strong character. Fortunately, you go to an award-winning school district of character that has already taught you how to be a good person. So you will be caring and selfless, like the young teacher at Sandy Hook. You will be helpful and compassionate, like the participants in the Boston Marathon. You will be patient and resilient, like those girls in Cleveland. And you will respond to the needs of others in times of disaster and tragedy. You, the graduating class, will represent Hamilton High, but more importantly, the entire Hamilton community in a way that makes not only you, but all of us very proud. So in closing tonight, I urge you to remember to show compassion to those in need, be true to yourself, and live an authentic life as you bravely and courageously follow and achieve your dreams. Thank you. And now the fun part. Please help me honor and welcome this year's valedictorian, Mariah Kraft. Mariah is the daughter of Mike and Natalie Kraft. She's earned, wait for this, a weighted GPA of 5.36. Mariah is a National Merit Scholar winner. She's earned gold honor roll status. She's an AP Scholar with honors, and she's recognized for her volunteer service. In addition, she received special recognition in English and foreign language. Mariah is the proud founder of the Hamilton High Culture Club. She is vice president of the Green Club and a member of the TAP MD program, quiz team, and student council. She volunteers in the classroom at Grace Church in the Head Start program, as well as the volunteer club. And while Hamilton High has had multiple National Merit finalists, Mariah is the first Hamilton High student to have ever earned the prestige of becoming a winner. Join me in acknowledging that accomplishment. Mariah is one of 24 seniors from Southwest Ohio and Northern Kentucky, and she's the only National Merit Scholar winner in Butler County. She will receive a one-time $2,500 scholarship from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation and was selected from 15,000 finalists out of a pool of 1.5 million students. The criteria for her selection, again, includes her accomplishment, her skills, and a potential for success in college. I think that's probably a given. The selection was done by a committee of college admission officers and high school counselors. Mariah plans on attending New York University, majoring in biochemistry, and plans to further her education by obtaining her medical degree and becoming an oncologist. Please join me in welcoming the remarkable Mariah Kraft.
Thank you, Mrs. Baker. Did she say that this was the fun part? Because I don't think so. All right. Hello, Hamilton High, class of 2013. Today we gather for what may be the last time, doing the last thing we'll ever do as high schoolers, graduating, and thank God for that. Tonight I get the honor of delivering the valedictorian speech to you. And as I sat in front of my computer considering what it is I might tell you on this momentous occasion, I was struck with the thought. Valedictorian speeches are the most ridiculous tradition ever. Basically, it's where they take the most socially awkward person in the entire school, put them in front of thousands of people, and ask them to give a speech that will inspire their fellow classmates as they make their way into the world. I'm here to tell you that a few good test scores don't qualify you to give advice to anyone. Nevertheless, here I am, and I promise to do my very best to make this speech worthy of this amazing group of students and to not throw up on the podium. Today is the day for being proud of ourselves. As a class, we've been through so much together. We've conquered every essay, every lab, and every one of those seemingly endless standardized tests. We've braved the 6 a.m. wake-ups and the 7-hour days. We've endured 2 years of Hamilton High School construction where just walking down the hallway was a hazard. We even survived the end of the world. But those things weren't so bad because those were the challenges we faced together. The more difficult problems are the ones we face alone. Many of us have had personal struggles to contend with sometime over the last 12 years. The road that led us all to this milestone was harder for some than it was for others. But now here we are, looking back on our experiences stronger and hopefully much smarter. So I want you to take this time to celebrate. Reflect on your time at Hamilton High, remember all your successes and failures. Then I want you to forget about it. Seriously, just put it all behind you. Because graduation is about more than looking back. It's about moving on. It's about your future. And it no longer matters if you didn't make the varsity team or you didn't get the lead role. It doesn't matter if you weren't in the top 20 or on homecoming court. Of course, these were great achievements at the time, but now you have the opportunity to start all over again. You have the chance to shine 10 times brighter than you ever did in high school, out where it really counts. Whether you're going to college, to work, or into the military, I challenge you to do your very best. Achieve the highest possible form of success, not as it is defined by others, but as you define it yourselves. In other words, do what makes you happy. Because sometimes you may hear people say that high school is the best 4 years of your life. We can't let these people be right. Don't let these be the best years of your life. Go out into the world, never settling for anything less than your own definition of fantastic. True, life may throw you some unexpected challenges, and you may have to adjust and adapt. But when we all come back in 25 years for a reunion, I expect to hear each and every one of you bragging about how awesome and fulfilling your years have been. But before we go charging off to our bright futures, we must thank those that helped us along the way. First, we must express gratitude to our teachers, to the ones that stayed countless hours after class to offer help, to those that were flexible and fair, and to those whose enthusiasm for their subject was never worn down by teaching the same thing period after period. We thank you. Much appreciation must also be given to all the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, and anyone else out there in the audience who was there for us. We know it wasn't easy staying up till 4 in the morning finishing our science fair projects, dealing with the drama we brought home, or driving us around for 16 or more long years. But hopefully you can see now how it has all paid off. Lastly, we must thank each other. I know I never could have made it through these years without my wonderful friends by my side, and I'm sure you all feel the same. I wish you all happy and successful lives. And in the words of Dr. Seuss, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Except in this case, it's more like, don't cry because it happened, smile because it's over. Just like my speech. Way to go, class of 2013.
Thank you, Mariah. Our Hamilton High School Symphonic Band, under the direction of Mr. Paul Dixon. At this time, I would like to introduce tonight's speaker. Nathaniel Lampley Jr. is a native of Hamilton, Ohio. He graduated from Hamilton High School in 1981 with a 3.95 grade point average. He received an academic scholarship from the University of Dayton, where he graduated with honors in 1985. He earned additional money for college working as a laborer at the Beckett Paper Company when he was on summer breaks. He received a full scholarship from the University of Cincinnati College of Law, from which he graduated with honors in 1988. While in law school, Mr. Lampley worked as a legal intern at the Butler County Prosecutor's Office. He currently serves as the managing partner of the Cincinnati office of Voorhees, Sater, Seymour, and Pease, a full-service law firm with nearly 400 lawyers and offices in 6 U.S. cities. Among his civic activities and community service, Mr. Lampley has served on the boards of the Cincinnati Black Ambassadors, the Black Lawyers Association of Cincinnati, the Christ Hospital Sports Medicine Institute, Downtown Cincinnati Incorporated, Volunteer Lawyers for the Poor, the University of Cincinnati College of Law Board of Visitors, and the University of Cincinnati Alumni Association. He has participated in Leadership Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Academy of Leadership for Lawyers, and the United Way Volunteer Leaders Development Program. Mr. Lampley has been honored in the Cincinnati Business Courier's 40 Under 40. Who's Who in Black Cincinnati has been recognized as an Ohio super lawyer, an Ohio leading lawyer, and as one of the best lawyers in America by the most respected publication in the legal profession. He is the son of Nathaniel Lampley Sr. and the late Marina Lampley. He has been married to Paula Davis Lampley since 1992. They have 2 children, Nathaniel III, age 17, and Hunter, age 15. Please welcome Mr. Lampley Jr.
Superintendent Baker, Mr. Leist, members of the Board of Education, faculty, teachers, administrators, staff, employees, parents, family, and most of all, the class of 2013. I cannot begin to express to you the profound honor it is for me to stand before you and address the graduating class from my high school. I string words together for a living as a lawyer, but tonight I'm coming up empty because that's the way I feel tonight. And it really doesn't have anything to do with my having graduated from Hamilton, the connection that I feel. I'm talking about a real connection that I feel to each of you, a real connection, not a Nicki Minaj kind of connection, Drake and Lil Wayne and those kinds of people. Those aren't the connections I'm talking about. I'm talking about a real connection that doesn't have anything to do with my having graduated from Hamilton High School. I was born in Hamilton, and as a young child, I didn't have a lot of direction. I didn't know where I was going. It reminds me of a true story about Albert Einstein, one of the greatest thinkers in the history of mankind. He was about to board a train, and he had misplaced his boarding pass. He had misplaced his ticket. So he got to his knees, and he was on the floor looking under the train for his boarding pass. A young man who worked for the train came up to him and said, Mr. Einstein, you don't need a ticket. Everybody knows who you are. Go ahead and get on the train. Einstein struggled to get to his feet. He looked the young man in his eye and he said, son, it's not who I am, it's where I'm going. I have forgotten where I'm going. The one thing that I want you to remember, if you don't remember anything else tonight, is it's not who you are, it's where you're going. So I was born here in Hamilton. In 1963, I was the 7th of 8 children. I had 5 older sisters, an older brother, and 1 younger brother. In 1968, when I was 5 years old, my youngest sister, who was 6, was hit by a car and killed instantly. My mother, who was 31 years old at the time, had a nervous breakdown because she lost her baby girl. She was institutionalized at a hospital in Cincinnati known as Longview State Hospital. She was there for 5 years. And while she was hospitalized, my brothers and sister and I were known as the kids whose mama was in the crazy house. This is a true story. She was finally discharged in 1973 after 5 years. They had done everything that they could do for her. But when she came home, she was never the same. She was never happy. She was never smiling. It wasn't the mother that I remembered. And on November 22nd, 1974, at the age of 37, my mother died. I was 11 years old. And I sometimes think about my father, who in the span of 6 years had to bury his baby girl and the love of his life and the mother of his 8 children. But the series of unfortunate events did not end there. In 1975, we lived at 318 Chestnut Street. It was between Central Avenue and 4th Street, right around the corner from Sims Park. We used to call it 4th Street Park. That's where I used to play. We rented that home at 318 Chestnut Street. In the middle of the night, there was an electrical fire, and the house burned to the ground. Everything in it was lost. We all got out safely, but everything in the house was lost. We had no possessions. We spent a lot of time at Goodwill. We spent a lot of time at the Salvation Army, picking up whatever we could. So at the age of 12, in the 6th grade, I was from a broken home, a single-parent household, and you could make the argument that we were homeless. We stayed with friends, we stayed with relatives, we stayed with neighbors, but we didn't really have a home. And I think when I was 12 years old, school was the only thing that made sense to me. I love school. I love learning. I love my teachers. I love my administrators. I love playing the violin. I love my coaches. I didn't want to go home. And I don't believe that there was anything special about me, but I can tell you that I chose to focus on the positive things that could happen at school as opposed to dwelling on all of the negative things and the unfortunate things that had happened at home through no fault of my own. It reminds me of a story of the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul was put on trial because of his religious beliefs. He was literally spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. You couldn't do that back then. There was no First Amendment. There was no religious freedom. He was telling people about Jesus, and he got put on trial for it. There was also no Fifth Amendment, so he had to take the stand in his own defense. In open court during his trial, the Apostle Paul took the stand, and he said to his accusers, "I think myself happy because I get an opportunity to defend what I believe. I think myself happy." What the Apostle Paul was saying is that it doesn't matter what's going on in my environment. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. It doesn't matter what you might do to me. You can't get to my mind, and I'm going to use my mind as a weapon against you because I can think whatever I want to think. What the Apostle Paul was talking about was free will. Free will is the ability to make choices. Free will is the ability to make good choices, and that is what connects me to each and every one of you. Your series of good choices is what got you here tonight, prepared to graduate from a wonderful high school. And I know, this is my school. Free will. You have made a series of good choices, and you did it without peer pressure, without being bogged down by peer pressure, your environment, your limitations, your family situation, whatever difficulties you had. You made the right choices, and you made it here tonight. And I know that there are temptations. I am the father of 2 teenage sons. Sometimes they talk to me. And I know that there are temptations on a daily basis. There's temptations everywhere, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Skype, in pop culture. When I was coming up, we had Rick James singing about Mary Jane. Today, you have Lil Wayne singing about good kush and alcohol. Don't you? He doesn't say, as long as my teachers love me. That's not what he says. And if any of you can explain to me how a tornado can fly into Frank Ocean's room and he lived to sing about it, I'd love to hear about how that can happen. But the point is, you each have made a series of good choices that made it possible for you to be here tonight. When you use your free will to make good choices, you are not confined by your circumstances, by your environment, by your situation. So when I reflect upon the magnitude of tonight and how great this evening is, I know that tonight is evidence of a series of good choices that each of you have made. You have exercised your free will to do whatever it takes to get to where you are, and I believe that this is just the beginning. Your education at Hamilton High School is proof that you're capable of doing great things. Your education is what got you here. I'm reminded of the words of Herschel Stein. Herschel Stein said, "Education is what we remember when we've forgotten everything that we've learned." I am confident that each of you will remember to make good choices, just like you've made to get you where you are tonight, graduating from this magnificent high school, and I speak from the platform of personal experience on that. So picture, if you will, Einstein on his knees looking for his train ticket. It's not who you are, it's where you're going. I'm convinced that you will go to great places and that you will enjoy every success beyond your wildest imagination as you continue to make good choices, and you will be great in whatever it is you choose to do. Congratulations to each of you. God bless you. Thank you for inviting me home.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Mr. Lampley, Jr. At this time, I would like to publicly thank Mrs. Jana Lewis, who's responsible for organizing today's graduation. At this time, Mrs. Lewis will now acknowledge the honors and awards of our senior class.
As of the end of May, members of the Hamilton High School class of 2013 have received over 300 scholarships and financial aid totaling over $4 million. Because of the generosity of those people who contributed to university alumni foundations, our local Hamilton Community Foundation, Hamilton service clubs, professional organizations, and industrial firms, many of our seniors will be able to continue their education. The students who have received these awards have demonstrated excellence in the field of academics, athletics, service to their school and to their community, or the discipline of fine arts. Many of these seniors have achieved in 2 or more of these areas. Our congratulations go out to you who have won these scholarships and awards, and to all the parents and teachers who have been a part of them. Think of this recognition not as an end of an effort, but rather as one milestone on a long path, and know that you have made an excellent beginning. Now, will all of the recipients of academic, college, or athletic scholarships or grants, awards of distinction, vocational and academic, or delayed entry in the armed service, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Several years ago, the Hamilton High School staff established a scholarship to honor an outstanding graduating senior. Each year, through contributions from the staff, a $1,000 scholarship is given to a senior who displays not only a solid academic effort, but also very strong character. This year, the selection committee felt that 2 students were worthy of the scholarship. They will both be receiving $500. On behalf of the Hamilton High School faculty and staff, I am proud to announce the winner of this year's Hamilton High School Staff Scholarship, Khalil Knight and Andrew Race. Please stand and be recognized. And now our concert chorale under the direction of Christina Fox, accompanied by our American Sign Language students under the direction of Heather Hudak.
Will the class of 2013 please rise? Dr. Stitzinger, it is an honor for me to present to you the 2013 Hamilton High School candidates for graduation. Please follow your class president in moving your tassel from right to left.
Thank you, Mr. Leist. Tonight, I see proud graduates, proud parents, and proud teachers who feel the satisfaction of a job well done. I see a proud community who welcomes these graduates as contributing citizens. On behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to everyone. And now, by the powers vested in me by the state of Ohio and the city of Hamilton, as president of the Hamilton Board of Education, I am happy to accept this group of students eligible for graduation from Hamilton High School. At this time, I declare the class of 2013 of Hamilton High School graduated.
Please be seated. We will now present the class of 2013 with their diplomas. Mr. Mate, please begin.
Mariah N. Kraft. Andrew William Race. Brooke Michelle Moran. Allison Zareth Peguero. Corey M. Verneau. Rebecca Jane Gadd. Jennifer Suzanne Davidson. Anissa Claire DiLorenzo. Zach Getz. Alex Getz. Chad David McLean. Abigail Brown. Allison Marie Taylor. Savannah Diamond Howard. Kathleen Ann Moore. Corinne Mary Moritz. Sienna Danielle Caesar. Cheyenne Danica Bolanos Shepard. Matthew D. Swigorski. Jessica Nicole Cooling. Jessica Danielle Williams. Samuel James Acarinti. Jamie D. Adams. James Patrick Atkins Jr. Lillian Aguilar. Alize S. Alexander. Giovanni Andres. Alicia Chastine Andrews. Justin Matthew Asher. Joshua Scott Askew. Jordan Austin Bailey. Noah Montez Bailey. Caitlin Elaine Baker. Tori Leanne Bales. Caitlin Marie Ball. Kayla Mackenzie Ball. Justin Allen Banks. Marjorie Michelle Barker. Hannah Love Barnett. Dustin Chad Batdorf. Ashley Marie Yvonne Bauer. Benjamin Corey Beecraft. Rebecca Louise Beecraft. Stephen Curtis Beatty. Sydney J. Benge. Taylor M. Birch. Gary David Betts II. Kaylin Michelle Betts. Elizabeth Genevieve Bishop. Emily Renee Bishop. Patrick John Bonarobra. Jameson A. Bauer. Sarah E. Bolin. Cheyenne Nicole Bowling. James E. Bowling. Justin Stephen Bowling. Kimberly Sue Bowling. Nicole Elizabeth Bowman. Athena Marie Brandenburg. Sarah C. Bright. Dalton Robert Brown. Jordan Tyler Brown. McKaylee Samantha Brown. Andrew J. Browning. Kimberly Leanne Bryant. Stella Irene Renee Barrett. Jacob R. Buchanan. Johnny Charong Bowie. Alex R. Ballard. Kimberly Renee Burke. Samantha Marie Butler. Daynell Marie Caldwell. Taylor R. Campbell. Ashley Ann Campos. Kayla Ann Carew. Tiffany Ann Carew. Kenesha M. Carmack. Brittany Jordan Carr. Nathaniel R. Carr. Patrick John Carroll. Aaron Lee Casano. Haley Elizabeth Caudill. Devin Lemuel Cheney. James David Chen. Courtney Nicole Clark. Shelby Lauren Clemens. Anthony Tyler Klein. Catherine Irene Collins. Ella Nicole Colwell. Shauna Marie Kaminsky. Elizabeth Marie Conlon. Matthew Braden Collin. Olivia Eve Conrad. Deshaun S. Cook. Jessica Lynn Cooper. James Raymond Corbin. Kirsten Nicole Cox. Alexandra Jade Kraft. Scotty L. Kraft. Lauren Taylor Kreider. Anthony M. Crouch. David W. Crouch. Cassidy Lenore Crouch. Jonathan Cruz. Megan Brooke Cunningham. Matthew R. Davidson. Darren E. Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Davis. Michael Thomas Delacourt. Walter Adam Dees.
Samantha Dunn. Erin Renee Dunaway. Rebecca Sue Duncan. Shane M. Dunn. Lucas S. Dunphy. Jared C. DeWiggins. Ashley S. Eckerd. Brittany Lynn Earp. Dallas Denise Everhart. Jacob Michael Evers. Elizabeth Rose Eversole. Joseph Corey A. Facky. Brittany Jolene Farquhar. Andrew C. Fellman. Austin R. Feltz. Jack A. Flannery. Benjamin Peter Fleck. Roman Gabriel Fouts. Christina Ann Marie Frederick. Tyler Lee Frederick. Sarah Michelle Fry. Joaquin De Jesus Garcia Tovar. Nicole L. Gardner. Brandon Charles Joseph Geis. Brandon Michael Gilbert. Randall Gillespie. Caitlin Elizabeth Gillis. Deontay Cortez Givens. Regina Ray Marie Gleason. Kayla Marie Klum. Alexa Suzette Gloca. Caleb Marquise Goins. Natise S. Goins. Brooke Lynn Gordley. Brittany Ann Marie Goss. Mercedes Lynn Goulet. Erica Sukara Graves. Brandon Lee Green. Cheyenne Paige Greer. Dylan Lee Height. Kayla Nicole Gregory. Taylor Beth Gregory. Dahlia Esmeralda Guzman. Talon Randall Haggard. Dakota Michael Halcomb. James Lloyd Haley. Janique Hall. Zachary Kenneth Hammonds. Brittany Megan Harris. Rainey Nicole Harris. Carly Renee Harrison. Nicholas Dane Harstock. Jarek Lee Hayes. Stephanie Elizabeth Henderson. Tyler S. Hensley. Amy Renee Hilliard. Elise Rochelle Hillsmeyer. Cynthia Nicole Hilton. Scott Bradford Hocking. Carl Lee Hooker Jr. Natalie Rose Hooper. Hannah Honchel. Charles Barton Henry III. Brooke Lynette Hubbard. Destiny Patricia Hubbard. Haley Diane Hubbard. Rachel Nicole Hildebrand. Cody Preston Hunter. Jacob Clifton Hyde. Amanda Caitlin Imhoff. Hannah Carlene Eisen. Jacinto Anna Virginia Jacinto. Bobby Kimya Jackson. Brian Michael Lee Hasso. Tara Holly Jett. Toriana Monique Jett. Dina Joy Jones. Stefana Kyrea Jones. Tony D. Jones. Robert Arthur Cameron II. Matthew James Keller. Emily Jolynn Kessler. Randall Scott Kinch. Adam Thomas King. Alexis Monique King. Aaron M. Kinsel. Zachary Taylor Kinsey. Gage Morgan Kirby. Kalia Rashawn Knight. Mitchell T. Conrad. Nicole Marie Larman. Hannah Elizabeth Keithy. Allison Nicole Kraft. Anthony Alexander Lear. Cody Allen Lehman. Tyler A. Lehman. Shanae D. Lewis. Andrea Lauren Lingler. Jotan Lopez. Taylor Michelle Louise Lovell. Zachary James Lovell. DeAndre Cortez Moffett. Jose Alfredo Ramirez Mancera. Devon Patrick Markham. Sylvia Marlene Markham. John Joseph Marion. Christina Marie Marshall. Jonathan David Martin. Katie Page Markham. Haley Nicole Martinez. Caitlin Ashley Page Martini. Brittany Morgan Mason. Brittany Elizabeth Maston. Kayla Elizabeth Mathis. Shartae Shub Crystal Mathis.
Ashley Taylor Alexander. Matthew Ray Alsop. Jacqueline Martha Asher. Gerald Edward Bailey. Kayla Paige Baker. Fiz Z. Bandico. Megan Brandy Barnes. Derek A. Best. Russell Lawrence Coombe. Anna Christine Bunting. Anthony Deshawn Birch. Amy Janae Burton. Brianna Nicole Campbell. Megan Rochelle Clemens. Megan Rose Clifton. Diane A. Brandenburg. Erin Elizabeth Cowan. Kennedy Lynn Crouch. David Lee Evans. Nicole L. Federick. David James Folson. Logan Michael Fox. Courtney Danielle Gabbard. Eleni Jane Gaylord. Alexis Louise Gleason. Miranda Faith Goins. Matthew R. Hinkle. Abigail Susan Holland. Kathleen Marie Honeycutt. Robert V. Hubbard. Caleb Paul Hurley. Tyler James Allen Janudalo. Mark Anthony Johnson. Kayla Letitia Jones. Jonathan Turner Lee. Mackenzie Lynn Markham. Jenna Noel McCall. Mickey Taylor McCarty. Jordan Nicole Melcher. Ashley Brooke Merrill. Carly S. Miller. Alan John Morrison. Timothy Shane Owens. Curtis Jacob Payne. Samantha Jean Louise Pence. Crystal Lachey Powell. James J. Reed. Caitlin Bryn Rutherford. Melissa Renee Rife. Caitlin Renee Roark. Shane Edward Robinette. Emily Jean Louise Rogers. Rachel Christine Root. Danielle Celeste Rose. Brittany Nicole Sauer. Austin Lee Saylor. Paige Janelle Slack. Michael Scott Smith. Cassie Renee Steele. Haley Mariah Stewart. Paige Taylor Sullivan. Mackenzie May Taylor Hickman. Seth Marshall Turner. Carrington Kenzie Van Winkle. Jacob Adam Ware. Gabrielle Olivia Witt. Michael Wiebel. Megan Lynn Wood. Dylan Lee McNabb. Joseph C. McCarthy Herman. Scott Michael McCutcheon. Brittany Patricia McDaniel. Brianna Marie Mays. Robert Samuel McQuinn III. Brian Allen McWhorter. Jessica Medina Chavez. Amy Sipide Mimandus. Stephen Dakota Meyer. Eric Andrew Michaels. Tioni Kane Miles. Miranda Jane Miller. Taylor Lynn Miller. Kirsten Elizabeth Mills. Diego A. Miranda. Matthew D. Moore. Daquan Montrell Mitchell. Jennifer Liseth Monasterio Ventura. Anthony Laquan Mitchell Jr. Brian A. Morgan. Victor Jordan Morrow. Deborah L. Moses. Nathaniel Edward Moyer. Fallon Danielle Pennington Mooring. Caitlin Marie Nicole Murphy. Rachel Elizabeth Murphy. Randy A. Nafe. Molly Ann Napier. Nicole Jean Nattiello. Heaven Lee Needham. Ryan Patrick Newsom. Sarah Renee Nix. Christopher Ryan Nolan. Jacob Bradley Nunemaker. Jennifer Nunez. Devin Paul O'Connor. Avier Demarcus Oliver. Brianna Nicole Olvera. Adriana Orozco Garcia. Alma Monica Estella Palma. Austin Giovanni Palmieri. Robert J. Parker. Courtney D. Parson. Anthony Michael Paulson. Catherine Brooke Marie Payne.
Michaela Rose Perkins. Claudia Bree Perry. Julian Armand Perry. Megan Leanne Peters. Kwame A. Peterson. Felicity Lynn Phelps. Adrian P. Platt II. Ruben H. Portillo. Cecilia L. Philpott. Kelsey Jordan Prater. Deanna Nicole Profit. Madeline Rose Pulfer. Christopher D. Rains. Glosidi Ramirez Mendez. Cameron Blake Ray. Mariah Rochelle Reese. Colin M. Rice. Barry Jean Rich. Lindsay Lee Rich. Tyler Jordan Richards. Cody Garrett Richardson. Victoria Ray Riddick. Tiffany Amanda Gale Ridenauer. Jill Marie Riggs. Andrew Fletcher Rivera. Courtney Lynn Robinson. Heather Nicole Robinson. Renee D. Rodriguez. Corey Jacob Romer. Alina Teresa Root. Alexander Dominic Rossi. Robert B. Roundtree. Elijah John Rouse. Victoria Blake Roy. Calixto Rubio Cavarubias. John M. Rutledge. Samantha Jo Sams. Brandy Lee Sourwine. Scott Anthony Sawyer. Brandon Michael Sawyers. Justin Daniel Schlegel. Mallory S. Scott. Mackenzie Renee Scott. Autumn Nicole Sharp Overby. Jennifer Lynn Shelton. Devin Ray Shepard. Jamie Lynn Shope. Christian M. Simmons. Contiana Simmons. Brittany Lynn Simpson. Lindsay Danielle Simpson. Brianna Day Sloan. Candace Starr Smallwood. Jordan Brielle Smiley. Carly Nicole Smith. Jeremy F. C. A. Smith. Kaya Simone Smith. Samuel Breyer Smith. Savannah Marie Smith. Nicholas Lynn Spradling. Brandon Dean Spurgeon. Jillian Lane Spurlock. Sarah Jo Staff. Sierra Lee Stein. Jacob Timothy Stevens. Sierra L. Stevens. Brian K. Stevenson. Andrew M. Strobel. Paige R. Strong. Paige Nicole Struble. Tracy Lynn Strunk. Lanisa N. Sutton. Michael Jacob Taylor. Caitlin Leah Terry. Jacob B. Tice. Jessica Danielle Thompson. Nathan Craig Tucker. Alexander Patrick Tooley. Dakota James Turner. Megan Elizabeth Turner. Stephen D. Turpin. Michael Sherman Tyree. Sean W. Van Dyne. Kelly Catherine Vanderite. Christopher J. Vanover. Frank Joseph Robert Vasquez. Desiree Nicole Vickers. Zachary James Wagers. Shay Marie Wagner. Wyatt Anthony Wagner. Braden Scott Warner. Tyler Lee Waters. Sean Michael Wayman. Brandon Michael Weber. Ryan David Weisinger. Stephen Tyler Wells. Christopher Sean Wilkins. Bree Nicole Williams. Elizabeth Bell Williams. Chelsea T. Willis. Christina Rosemary Williamson. Kalia Janae Williams. Alexander Marcel Thompson. James A. T. Willis. Kosa Marie Wilsey. Emma Jo Wilms. Alan Trevon Wilson. Emily Page Wilson. Jesse Ryan Wilson. Brandon Michael Windhorst. Kristen E. Wolf. Hunter Ross Wolf. Tabitha Rose Woodward. Rafael Shiguera Yamanaka. Stephanie Lauren Young. Brittany Lynn Yonker. Jeffrey E. Benge.
It's part of the script. A round of applause for the class of 2013. Congratulations. At this time, please rise for the alma mater, led by Mackenzie Taylor, Kennedy Crouch, Seth Turner, Russell Coombe, and the closing by Savannah Howard, Student Council President.
almost out of here, I promise. Congratulations, class of 2013. And now tonight, as we say goodbye to Hamilton High, we say hello to the next adventure in our lives. Some of us are headed to college or other schooling, others straight into the workforce, and some are proudly going off to serve our country. But whichever path you've chosen, my hope is that you never forget where you came from or the people you met along the way. Remember the lessons you learned in the classroom from your teachers and those you learned from your experiences and people at Hamilton High. And as you start out on your next adventure, I know you will do great and marvelous things in your lives. And as strange as it is to think that I'll never go to another Friday night football game and cheer from the dog pound, or go to a school dance, or even walk to class with my best friend, Sienna, I couldn't imagine a better family to spend the last 3 years with. I wish the absolute best for you all. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the graduated class of 2013.